All right, let's begin with the aftermath of Winter Storm Juno. A number of coastal communities a mess, battered and beaten by this storm's vicious waves and winds. Encased in ice in some cases. Dave Malkoff is joining us from Marshfield, Massachusetts, a lobstering town just south of Boston. And we saw some structures get compromised during the storm, which a lot of people might not think about with a winter system.
Oh, yeah, Stephanie and Al, you can see right over my shoulder. This is definitely a community on the mend. We see some lights coming back on. It's all put together by plywood, by new electrical poles, and as you're about to see, by 22 stitches. Let me explain. The waves are still crashing, but the damage is done here in this lobstering community just south of Boston.
It started getting worse and worse and worse.
Tide rose and the frozen storm took out about a dozen homes. Tim Maddox called this place home for 50 years. That was until Juno took it down, with him inside.
Well, this is the worst one I've had.
And you went through 78.
Yeah, 78, 91. You know, the no-name Halloween storm, that was a good one too.
That gash on his face? It's where a sliding glass window sliced him.
Oh, the wood frame got me. Bang.
Nearly knocked out and bleeding, Tim ran outside, the storm still raging.
You know, I jumped in my truck and made it to the end of the driveway, and that's when I called 911. I finally called 911. I should have probably called it earlier than that, but I thought I could get out of the driveway. No way.
The blizzard lasted for 14 hours here. The seawall crumbled, flooding the streets in 3 to 4 feet of icy water. But Marshfield police came and rescued their friend anyway.
Looks like you lost. Try to take on Mother Nature again.
Well,
Mother Nature took the lobsterman's house and nearly his life. And now 22 stitches, and the thousands who live here will put this seaside community back together again.
These storms are just, they're worse. Everyone's worse, it seems. Every storm gets worse. One tide did this. One tide. Usually it takes 3 or 4 of them to build up to a damaging storm. Here, you know. One tide.
Tim Maddox's sign didn't get knocked away from his home, but the home, it looks like it's a total loss here. But the community is banding together. You saw how much those police and firefighters love this guy. They got him out of here, even though it was right in the middle of this giant storm, you guys.
Just an amazing story there, Malkoff. Thank you for sharing his story, and we hope that his recovery is speedy. Unfortunately, we have yet another system for the Northeast.